Hello, I'm here with Mr. Andy Norton, who is going to chat with us about the lockdown. But just let him introduce himself first. If you don't know him, and a lot of you will do, just let us know what you do, mate.
As you say, I'm Andrew Norton. My day job. I'm a support worker around the coast of Suffolk, around Saxman and Leiston Way, and I also before the lockdown, I presented a local radio show called Night Folk in the Afternoon, which is it's kind of psych folk radio show.
Excellent. So you've been doing the radio show for quite a while now?
Yes, I have. A few years. Don't know the exact date. I think it's like 5 years actually. 5 years since I finished my masters, which is a really long time to think about it. And so been doing that way longer than I thought I would be doing, but it's been really fun. I've been really enjoying it. But as I'm sure a lot of listeners, not a lot of listeners, I guess as most people will be watching this who are from the Ipswich area, so IO Radio has temporarily closed down due to the pandemic. So many of the DJs, me included, have been doing different things, like mixes and live streams and whatnot. There's been some really good ones. I want to shout out over and out, which is the LGBTQ show we do have on IO Radio. They've been doing a live stream every Thursday. What I've been doing, I've been making mixes called Night Folk in Ruins, and which is basically Night Folk in the Afternoon, but I don't talk.
So you putting them out around the same time as you would your show, or just regularly once a week?
Loosely once a week, a little longer, just because just time really. It's just getting down to it. I don't set myself deadlines for these things. I generally set about a week, but it's it's just don't really have a really great answer for this. It's just when I can. It's just when I can do it, really.
Exactly, and that's what I was about to lead in on, because of your job, you're obviously working more now because of the pandemic, whereas most people seem to be working less or not at all. So, how are you finding that?
Slightly. Of course, it's like really bizarre at the job at the moment. It's just because I'm helping people whose lives has changed dramatically, and it's generally to be adults with additional needs who tend to struggle to understand the what the situation is and the scale of it, and but some have been coping very well. They understand stay at home, and they get that, and some they're crazy because they're stuck in a house, more or less. And but I'm fortunate just because I'm still earning an income. Many people I know have been for long to have to go on universal credit, and I'm not sure when and if there's going to be a job to come back to, frankly. So I am quite fortunate in that sense. So it's work has been it has its moments of frustration and struggle, but it could be far worse.
Yeah,
definitely.
It must be quite a rewarding job anyway. Are you finding it more so now that with all this going on, or does it just seem like the same but more of it? If that makes sense.
It's I guess the I'm trying to think of the right word. The importance of the job has the things more, more weight. It's just the sheer, the sheer importance of it
Yeah.
at the moment. It's just kind of like, take it this way. Like we've been our boss. Obviously I can't talk too much about the job in specifics. It's client confidentiality, but our boss offered like because you're working more because it's a stressful time, blah 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 blah. Do you want to? We'll go offer you a week's holiday, and no one's accepted it. No one's accepted it because we're just thinking, okay, if I go on holiday and shit hits the fan, we're fucked. So I can't go on holiday.
No, exactly. But it's just so good that no one has. It's nice to offer it, but I think that's great that no one has because they see the importance of it. Do you feel that people in the industry are getting more recognition now because people are seeing what great jobs are done?
I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. It's nice that hopefully this will be what I say about this. I hope this is this is not just like a empty every Thursday kind of thing. You clap out and that's it. Hopefully it's kind of like this understanding that people like me, obviously doctors and nurses, but shelf stackers, people who work on transport, key workers. Hopefully, like people will actually realise that how important these are actually the most important people in your society.
Yeah.
And I do hope after this, I do hope we are treated with from government, from public, that we are treated with respect we deserve. And but because in the last 10 years, not people just in my sector, people in all those sectors, that we've been frankly undervalued and underpaid. And the clap for carers, clap for the NHS and carers, clap for key workers, I should say. I know it's nice, but it's there's a thing about it. I don't want to sag it off too much, but I mean, from my perspective, it's kind of I generally like it, but there's a feeling about it. It's quite, for me, patronising.
Yeah,
it's just like we need more than claps. PPB would be a start, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Do you feel it's good intentions, but we need more, sort of thing?
I know I'm not. I don't bemoan anyone doing that. Going out on fest like that. It's wonderful, actually. It's really nice seeing the rainbows and the thank you NHS. The NHS is something we should definitely value. Definitely, it's an incredible thing. But I'm just saying, it's kind of like it's meaningless. It's meaningless unless something's done.
Yeah.
So show really mean it.
Yeah, I think the sound might cut out there a bit, but you're still there. I've gone really quiet.
Sorry, I just went off. Oh, Andy, I think.
Hello. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry. I really went off on one there.
No, that's right. That's right. The internet slowed down a bit. But one thing I was going to ask, and I've seen this on with friends on Facebook, and in real life as well. Actually, you've been taking some pictures of going out on your walks, some really nice nature stuff. Have you been doing that more, or have you just been putting more online?
You're breaking up, Andy.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Andy, I can't really.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think it's quite jittery.
I'll try again. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. I was just going to ask you about your. You've been posting some sort of nature walks and that sort of thing online. I'm sure you've done this sort of thing before, but have you been doing more of that since the lockdown?
Yeah, I have, and it's kind of like I guess sound really strange, but it's kind of like the thing to look forward to day to day. doing, just like that one kind of like walking activity, where state sanction walking, exercise. That's what I always love to do. It's kind of like say each day, for example, I'm on one yet because I've just been at work, and afterwards, even though I do have to admit I do feel knackered. I'm going to try look for, I've been, I'm the kind of guy who works for like new pathways, new footpaths, and different ways. It's something I've always done. I always loved walking. I always loved rambling. But but with this situation, it's just. I mean, the one of the small benefits, I would say, small benefit is life has slowed down to a point that you can really do these things.
Yeah,
really do these things now. I mean, I'm really fortunate. Where I'm living now, as I say, I live near the Suffolk coast. I live near, I'm sure people listening will know like Saxman and Leiston, but if people outside, I live near Oldborough. I guess that's the key place one of the key places, and Southwold. And I live near where Latitude is normally hosted. And it's I am really fortunate that it is a absolutely beautiful area, and which has its pros and cons, because it's also like it's like a holiday hotspot where I live, so you get a lot of people from London second homes, and which I'm sure I know there's like people sheltering their second homes here, which they're not meant to be doing. I'm pretty angry, pretty furious about, actually. But actually, talk about rich people. But one of the things I love about walking, because you find so many, especially recent walks. If I'm, going down paths I never set foot on before. I found out how many like these weird, wonderful houses I actually live by.
Yeah.
Like I was walking a field one day, and right in the middle of it is like really, really a nice property, and which includes like a hermit, like a weird like hut things, like you see in like fantasy films, like a hobbit hut.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But do you think that this just made me think actually that because in many ways our lives slow down because of this, we're sort of taking notice of things more. It's a bit like that quote from Ferris Bueller, which I don't know exactly say. If you don't stop to look around, things might pass you by. Do you think we are noticing things in life that have been passing us by because we've been so hectic otherwise? Maybe not for you actually, because you've been working more, but
well, yeah, well, I mean, there's I guess because it's just like I guess so, because I guess people can actually I know there's like terrible things about this crisis and the long-term implications of it. Of course, the obvious example is deaths and unemployment, and and the fact, well, we will, but when is the question. But there's people, but you see people like taking up doing really, really nice things, like taking up gardening, learn new skills, reading, taking up new hobbies, even watching a box set they haven't watched, means to watch in 5 years, just really, it's kind of, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like, I would say this, it's a terrible situation, certainly, but normal life isn't that great either, so it's there are positives to this, I guess one positive is this has happened in the spring, so it's like for me as a walker, it's like a really beautiful time for walking. It'd be this situation would be probably awful in the winter.
Yeah.
Awful in the winter, and who knows? It might come back in the winter. It's flu season then, but look forward to that. You laugh, but it's but it's I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to say lockdown's wonderful. It's clearly not. It's clearly not. But I don't know. It's kind of like, it's just like people do cope though. People find ways to cope, and some really positive things do happen to that. Not everyone. People do struggle with this. There's obviously people who struggle with mental health issues. And worse things as well. And anxiety. Obviously there's anxieties as well, especially if you don't know, what's going to happen about jobs and rent. But it's I don't know. I don't know if I'm speaking in the position of privilege. That's, I guess, what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, you touched on there as well. It's like one of the reasons I'm doing this project is to point out that there are some positives to come out of it, and we're learning from it. So that's good. I mean, you seem to have kept yourself really busy. Obviously, you're doing an important job. You're still doing your music. You're still doing your walking, and you still managed to find time to talk to me on something like this. So
I'm not that busy. Crikey. I was thinking about it today. It's just like, I would describe the situation as like being unemployed again, except I have a job. It's just like I work, but generally I just like most of the time I just sit around playing video games now. I even bought a PS4 just to it's just like, believe me, I just when I came back home I just started playing video games.
Yeah, but it's good. But you're enjoying it as well. I better leave it at that, because I'm trying to keep these at 15 minutes, and we've gone a few minutes over that. But thanks a lot. Keep up the good work, both music and your care work, and keep playing the games, because I bought a Mega Drive and I realised how bad I still am at Golden Axe. It's terrible. But thank you for your time, Andy. And what I'll do as well, I'll put a little link on the under this video, so if anyone wants to check out your radio stuff, because I listen sometimes and enjoy it. And I don't just listen to heavy metal. That's a myth. Cheers.